Hello, everyone. Welcome to our class. My name is Tammy. We are working on improving energy. Oh, just what we needed. Improving energy. How do we do that? Of course, getting enough sleep, which sometimes, of course, could be lacking, but moving through our body, opening up, twisting, doing things that are going to help release blockages. So beginning with butterfly pose and sitting with your feet together, you can put pillows underneath of your knees, and I'm going to get my pillows. So putting pillows underneath the knees, or you could use blocks. And then once you do that, you could add the fold forward. You could have a pillow in front of you here too, and place your elbows on it and let the forehead rest into your heels of your hands. So if you want to take a moment to get yourself set up. For props you're going to need. Taking this time to do it right now. Now we sit up. You may add the fold forward. You may close your eyes. Place my elbows onto my firm pillow. I'll place my forehead into the heels of my hands. Seeing if this works for you. You could place your forehead however you like. Maybe you're able to add that bigger fold over so the head rests. Opening up through our hips, through our back. Noticing where areas may be tight. I'm going to target those areas. Inhaling, opening up through those areas. Exhaling, letting them release. So letting our fascia release, lying over top of the muscle. Now with our breath, we work. Opening to release blockages. Gradually, our body starts to release a little bit more. I want you to feel yourself sinking a little bit deeper. You may need to tell yourself to release, to let go. You may readjust when you are ready and then come back into stillness. You might want to go a little bit deeper into this pose. Let yourself release for 3 more cycles of breath. Coming out a butterfly, slowly starting to sit up. And into the next pose, which will be caterpillar. Extending a right leg and left leg in front. Now we're going to get a stretch into our hamstrings. They attach to our hips, so kind of like a good way to get both areas. So remove the fleshy part from your bottom. You may have your knees bent for caterpillar. So my legs, they're straight right now, but they could be bent, and you could fold over top of your legs like this. You could open up your legs and fold into the center and maybe extend your legs a little bit more. You could also put cushions underneath your knees. So just one, and then do the fold that way, and then just come up and over. That's always nice to do. So finding what you would like to do. I'm going to have my cushion on top of, just on top of my legs here. And then we lift up and fold over. Again, the forehead rest on the heels of your hands. You can let the forehead rest onto your cushion, hands. Here, let's target the inhale breath into the hamstrings, into the lower back. We breathe. Exhale, body softens. Feel yourself open up with the inhale breath. Exhale, continue to release. Are we able to release our shoulders? Our elbows, releasing them down to the ground. 3 more cycles of breath, inhaling into the lower back. Exhale, letting yourself sink. Coming out of caterpillar. Taking your props just over to the side. Take your hands back, bend through the knees, windshield wiper knees side to side. A little movement, blood flow through our pelvis. And now release. Deer pose for the next pose. Right leg is behind, left leg is in front. Pelvic tilt. You may add the twist and hold, or you can add, again, another fold. So folding over to the side, you may let the forehead rest however you like into the hands, heels, cushion. Again, you're just setting yourself up however you see fit. Finding those supports for your body to help your body to soften a little bit more. Coming out of deer pose. We come up, come out of the twist, and release the pelvic tilt. And we move into the other side. Pelvic tilt. Add the twist. You can add the fold over. Forehead may rest. Focusing on your breath here, breathing into the sides of the body, feeling your body open. Exhale, release. Use your breath to open. Being those areas that you feel the tension, that you feel the tightness. And now coming up out of our pose, out of the twist, pelvic tilt, our legs, they come forward. Now you can remain upright with this next pose. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on a stool. Crossing your ankle over top of the knee and then draw foot in, so closer, drawing the heel, pulling it back towards your bottom. So you could be here, or you can lie down. And remember, sit on a chair too, and you can lie down on your back. And cross, and wrap your hands around the other leg, or opposite leg. And then just pull the knee in towards your chest. You can let the shin hang down towards the ground, heel down. Lots of work into our nice big muscles. Blood flow, improving our blood flow circulation, releasing blockages. Sometimes sitting in these poses for longer periods of time. Our mind could be very busy, could be thinking about thoughts, but I would like you to notice those thoughts. So it may be uncomfortable, but we notice them. Remember cycles of breath. Coming out of figure four, we release. And switching sides again, you could be upright or you're down, lying on your back, pressing your left ankle over top of the right knee and then wrapping your hands around the right leg. You may pick your foot off the floor. And then just adjusting to see where you feel this stretch into the side of the hip, now into the left side, into the lower back. Can you come into this pose a little bit deeper? Remember cycles of breath. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, exhale. Making your way out of the pose. You can bring your knees into the chest if you're lying on your back. Into our next pose is Banana Asana. I'll show you a version of this that you could do. If you're lying on your back here, we walk our legs over to the left corner of the mat, walk the upper body over to the left corners of the mat, arms overhead, cross the right ankle over the left ankle if that works for you. Now, holding onto your hands above the head, or your arms could be apart and letting the elbows rest, or opposite elbows too. It's a beautiful stretch all along the side of our body. Now you can be in that pose, or you can sit up here. And you can lift your right arm overhead and let the shoulder release down away from the ear. And come into a twist. You can cross one leg, the same side leg, up and over the opposite leg to get more of a side stretch. You feel the opening into the side of the body. Into the rib cage. Your arms are overhead. Do you feel this opening into the armpit? Are you able to let the shoulders release down to the ground? And now out of our Banana Asana pose, and crossing the ankles, releasing your arms back down towards the ground, and then upper body, lower body moving back to center. To the other side. So remember, if you're upright, just switching sides for the cross, walking the legs over to the right corner, walking your upper body over to the right corner. Now here, arms may come overhead, then onto the hands, or just releasing your hands and your elbows are resting. Again, opposite elbows too, that works. Crossing your left ankle over top the right ankle. And here, breathe. I'll show you the pose when we're sitting up too. Just finding what's going to work. Sadly, we're coming out of banana asana. Okay, so then crossing the ankles, releasing our arms, and then the upper body, lower body coming back towards the center. Bending through the right knee, bending through the left knee. Take the right knee, left knee in towards the chest and give yourself a squeeze. Take the right foot down, left foot down towards the ground. Okay, extending the left leg on the ground. I will give an option for this one here. We're bringing the right leg in, so it's a little bit different than the one we did before for figure 4 when we had our ankle crossed over the knee. And it's just on an angle here. I'd like you to pull your leg across the body. And release. And then into the other side, bending through the knee, and then lift your right ankle, left ankle up, and then just on an angle, just pull the leg across and lift it back. Now slowly release. Then right knee, left knee into the chest and hold. And take the right foot, left foot down, roll over to the side of the body. Into our next pose, it's Sphinx pose. If you're not going to do Sphinx pose because it's not accessible to, of course, could be pregnant, and then uncurl the toes, and then you can sit back into child's pose with your knees turned out to the sides. That would work. Or you're coming into Sphinx with me, elbows below the shoulders. My toes are down to the ground right now, and then I'm going to uncurl my toes. I'm going to imagine that there are ice cubes underneath of my belly button, and I want to lift my belly button off the ground. On my shoulders, releasing away from the ears. So instead of just letting your upper body drop, you lift, draw the navel in, ice cubes underneath, pubic bone down. You may press down through the tops of your feet to help. Let your head hang down. Just let the head go. Reverse cycles of breath. Really inhale, exhale. And now coming out of Sphinx, we move back into child's pose. If you're already there, just remain there for just another moment. And making your way up to all fours into our next pose, which will be dragon. Step forward with the right hand, left hand into downward facing dog. Alternate knee bends. And now dragon, three-legged dog. We lift the right leg up towards the sky and then bend through the knee and step onto the outside of your right wrist. Now, nice and tall right here, and then you can drop the knee if you like. You can also come down to the forearms. We have lots of hip openers, as you notice throughout our class here.
Now our forehead. We come down towards the ground. We let our head hang though, so just let it go. Are we able to let our pelvis sink? So let it sink with the exhale breath. So not only into the outside of the hip for this lovely pose that we're feeling the stretch, it is into our hip flexors, left side of our hip flexors, into the inner thigh. Just a little bit longer. Now slowly making our way out of dragon. Back to our hands and then back into downward facing dog if that works for you. And then three-legged dog, left side lifts, left leg lifts, and then bend to the knee and step onto the outside of the left wrist. Your knee may be up or you're dropping your knee down towards your mat. You could be gripping the mat with your finger pads to take pressure off the wrists. Or you may come down towards the forearms again. When we inhale, open up. Exhale, draw the pelvis down towards the ground. Okay, nice big opening into the outside of the left hip. Into the right hip flexors. Into your groin, your thigh. Head hangs. Notice if your shoulders are up, just let them release, let them relax. Coming out of dragon to your hands and back into downward facing dog. And then to all fours. And into our final pose, Shavasana or Pentacle. You may lie on your back. You can make a nice big incline with some cushions here. You can lie on the side of your body. So sit up in a comfortable seated pose. Whatever you choose. And place something warm on top of your body. Coming into stillness. Close your eyes. The breath softens. Let your body release. Let your lips part, or facial muscles to soften. I want you to feel your shoulders release away. Let them sink. I want you to release your arms, chest, sides of the body, hips. You may squeeze your glutes and then let them sink. Let your legs release. Letting everything go out through your fingers and toes that does not serve you. Feel supported all around you so that you can let your body release. Let your thoughts pass one by one. Feeling light. I will call you back when it is time.
And coming back, noticing your breath. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Make a little bit of a shift through our body. A sigh. Finding it easier to breathe. Finding it more calm from within. If you are lying on your back, side, you could slowly make your way to fetal. And the right knee, left knee, and then take the right arm overhead and roll over to your right side. And we make our way up to comfortable seated pose. Placing our hands to our heart center. Thank you for joining me and sharing your practice. Hope this class has helped you to feel re-energized. Help us to improve our energy as we make our way through the rest of the week. Namaste.